So I've been trying to find this old road, and we're coming through here with the excavator. Did a lot of clearing. There's a gypsy. You're good, girl. Go. I got to have the folks come out and survey the land so we'll know exactly where our land is and the neighbor. But there is dirt out here that ain't nobody seen since Granddaddy Bailey was out, I would imagine. I did a lot of kudzu clearing. Gypsy, stay with me. But we did a lot of clearing, and now you're in the area where I haven't done a whole lot except for walk through and drive through. There's a big old spider. Come this way. Don't you go after them goats. We got the goats put up. They are eating. Gypsy, stay. Come. That electric fence will bust your ass. So you can get a fairly decent idea. Most of the land to the left of us is the neighbor. This flat spot on the hill kind of goes off to an angle, and it's actually quite nice up here. And then it drops way off down in this ravine, which is where I'm fixing to go, because the rest of our land is on the other side of this ravine. And then the land we're buying from Gail with Kenny Bishop, it is on the other side of that ravine. So it's gorgeous country out here in the woods. Wish I was here. So, old fat boy don't know about all this climbing. I ain't in the shoes for all this. Just saying. So it looks to be I'm on an old road bed that is over here on Kenny Bishop's land. It's all grown up now. There ain't nothing left of it. But it's flat. It's full of briars, and they let me know they don't like me walking through here. Now directly that way is Eddie's house, and I could see the back of his house when I was over there on that little clearing. But my GPS quit getting enough signal to tell me where I was at. I know I'm on Kenny's land. I just don't know how deep it goes. But I am pleasantly surprised that there is a good bit of somewhat flat land. There's lots of dead trees. Plastic mayonnaise jug. Lots of dead trees. There ain't no money trees out here like he originally thought. That's about the size. And I mean, if you look at it compared to me, I mean, my head's bigger than the tree. But there are a bunch of those of that size out here. I'm assuming that what I was on was an old logging road, but since this land hasn't been logged in so long, it hasn't been thinned out, so the trees haven't really been allowed to grow. And you see that a lot in areas that people don't take care of. But here's the roadbed again. I can step back up into it. Anyway, kind of cool. I foresee some farming going on over here. I'll have to cut a road to it with the excavator, but we'll get her done. So I don't know if you can see it, but there's a cattle fence right there. Somebody at one time fenced off some property lines, so I'm assuming this is the edge, and the corner is probably right there since I can see Gary's truck, of his property. And it's rolling. This is all usable land. Every bit of it that I've seen, I mean, except for where it goes down that big ass ditch. So we'll see. I'm gonna carry on. Gypsy pointed out fresh deer poop. So we know there's deer in here, and they've been here today. So me and my trusty companion are having a sit down because she's hot. Hello, Gypsy. Right? Yeah. I'm hot. I'm tired. We're at the far corner of what should be Kenny's land. Like I said, there's a fence right there. Behind me, looks like there's some kind of mound or something. Now Kenny's line and our line end at the same spot. So I'm subject to be able to walk down this line if I can determine where it is, and come out at our four corner, but then I get to walk up that big ass hill to get back to the house. So we'll see how that goes. It's pretty back in here. Like I said, there's lots of trees that are down, lots of litter. The land hasn't been tended to in a long time. And when I say leaf litter, I mean leaves, trees, twigs. It needed to have been burned off years ago. Anyway, we're going to sit here and rest for a second and then continue on. So we found the property line. Couldn't get to the corner. I didn't want to get to the corner of Kenny's property because it was so grown up. What we have found is the property line to the land behind us, and it's amazingly grown up. Deer trail back through here are tremendous. There's a lot, but walking through, this is thick, and I thought our land and Kenny's land was thick until you get to their land where it's planted with pulpwood trees. They have not been thinned, and you can't walk. I mean, every couple of inches there's a new tree. It's a wall. So we'll not go that way. We will walk along the edge of it in our 100-acre woods and try to find Winnie the Pooh. What do you think about that? I haven't found any water. I found lots of ditches. You can tell when the rain's coming and the runoff's there. These ditches move a lot of water, but I haven't found. I was hoping to find a big spring, something that we could draw water from if we had to, and I ain't found that yet. And I've been on the bottom, I've been on the top. It might be on the other corner. It ain't on Kenny's land, and it ain't on the, I don't know, whatever it is, the south corner of our land. I don't know. My GPS still won't update, so I lost track of land boundaries, but again, you can tell the boundaries with the pulpwood trees here in the back, the fence that won't let me go any further south, and Gary and Eddie's land, their fences that back up to this, so you get a pretty good idea. I think I will find the marker maybe for the corner of Kenny's and our land. I don't know. If I do, I do. If I don't, I don't. It's still beautiful out here. One could sit out here for days and just enjoy what God's give us. So, I've seen all the corners of these two lots. I haven't seen a marker for any of them, except for the one up there at Eddie's house. He may have put that up years ago, I don't know. The surveyors will have to do the figuring, because I can't do it. I was using Gaia GPS, and it works great, but it lost signal a little while ago and stopped updating, so I lost all the private property maps except for the one that I have marked for ours. So I had a good idea of where I was going, and again, there's natural boundaries that kind of dedicate whose land is what. Kenny's land has got potential. This far, I don't know, I guess you'd call it the north corner of our land is just steep as hell. I'm fixing to roll down it. I have a feeling that's what's going to happen. And then I have to come back out of it on the other side because it's just as steep to get up. So between the two, there's probably 4, maybe 5 acres of usable land between 8, which ain't bad, I guess. There's a lot of wildlife out here. I've seen a lot of deer tracks. Of course, I found, some poop from this morning. It's a beautiful little piece of property. But, if you look behind me, it's just trees. It's just trees. More trees. Just a lot of trees. But that's okay. We'll take it. It's not neighbors. It's not a city atmosphere. I'm down. We're going to make this work. We just got to figure it all out.